Good evening and welcome to the Cover One Buffalo podcast. You are joining your host Greg Thompson along with my partner in crime, Aaron Quinn. Aaron, the schedule has been released. It's real. What are your first thoughts on what the Buffalo Bills schedule is going to be like?
Buffalo Bills going undefeated, and we're going to the Super Bowl. Yep, that's.
God bless that kid.
That's it. That's how I feel. It's crazy, Greg, because as I've aged into being a fan, I've become much more grounded, trying to be realistic. I know some people think I'm a homer, but if you would have seen me 10, 15 years ago, I was way more of a homer.
Don't worry, guys. It used to be worse.
Way worse. And I was this guy, like in the Trent Edwards years of being like, seeing the schedule and being like, 12-4, easy, right? Like, and like telling everybody how great it was going to be. But now you have this team where I actually feel like that guy in the video. I actually feel like, God, there isn't a team in this league that should be like, we can go toe to toe with any of these guys. And if the Bills are going to lose, it's because they're beating themselves. Like, it's crazy to even have that conversation. So I had to play that video because that's exactly how I felt when I saw the schedule come out.
So we're going to get into it. We're going to show you guys how to use BookSeats.com to be able to book your flights and be able to get everything together and get these trips prepared to go out and prepare and watch your team to be able to go. That's going to be fun and exciting. But first, we'll give you a couple quick thoughts. You know, I went through it. Some of the first analysis that I do every year is, okay, who do we have to play coming off of a bye? We always remember those years where the Bills would play 3, 4, 1 year, 5 games played against teams coming off a bye. This year, 0. We play no teams coming off of a bye. Maybe some of the season ticket holders, you know, there's only, 2 home games in, the first 8 or 7 weeks of the year. That's a little bit short with the 4 road games and the bye week. But you do get 5 home games before Thanksgiving. I think that's a pretty good stretch for, fall and autumn is fall is the elite season in Buffalo. Yeah. So, I think that's a good stretch. Even the other 2 home games are early December, so you don't have a lot of late December home games, just the one with New England. And then obviously we plan on some home playoff games. So I think pretty solid that way. I thought it was a good schedule overall.
Yeah, I'm happy with the schedule. There was early on in this, there was like some rumors of a really early bye week for the Bills. And that was probably my biggest concern coming into this schedule release was where was that going to be? And actually it falls in a pretty fine time for me right there, smack dab in the middle.
I'd prefer a touch later, but week 7 is in the normal range.
I think that, normal. Yeah, exactly. I just didn't want to be that first team that's catching a bye week and you're way too early. I can live here. This is going to be a fun schedule, guys. There's some great games. As much as I hate the idea of primetime games as my personal preference as a fan, it is fun to have those games. That week for that Thursday night football game to open up the season is going to be Good Morning Football is going to be 3 hours of Bills versus Rams talk. That whole week leading up is just going to be segments of the Buffalo Bills. And that is ultimately, I understand why people love these primetime games because you get all the extra production from all these companies and you get all the extra attention for your team. And I get that that's fun as the person in me that likes a nice routine and a clean football season. To only have 7 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon kickoffs is a little tough. That was a little kick to the gut. But this is the cost of having a good football team. You're going to have some wacky ones. I think Air Raid Hour talked about, what is it, like 8 primetime-ish?
Yeah,
they labeled the games with you have the additional Saturday game, which is a national TV game.
Yeah, my definition is always, are you the only football team on TV? Sure. If you're the only game on TV, that, if there's no other games to compete, I won't even count the 4:25 Kansas City game, which is like
I know they counted that one,
the primary,
I don't count
but. The game, the Chicago, the 1 p.m. Saturday game, that's the only game on TV. There's no other games onto that team. The 12:30 Thanksgiving game, that's the only game onto that time. Those are not at prime time, but those are the only football games on TV at that time. That's the national window. So there are 8 games where everyone around the country is watching the Buffalo Bills.
They did include that KC game, so it would be
7. Yeah, 7 of those. And then, honestly, by the time you get to 4:25 and it is Kansas City, Buffalo, that will be 80% of the country. Yeah, other than the home teams of the other games that are on. Everybody else is watching Bills Chiefs.
Even if you're watching
If
Red
you're from
Zone.
Detroit or you're from wherever, you're probably watching Buffalo.
Red
Kansas
Zone
City.
is going to be also probably primarily on that game if we're being honest.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and show the fans what it's like to be able to go in and do BookSeats.com. We are going to do it on behalf of my cousin Jordan, who is down stationed down in Atlanta on duty, getting ready to deploy for our country. Yeah, he's a good man. I'm going to book him a trip to come up for the Tennessee game when they come up for Monday Night Football. So as you get onto BookSeats.com here, it's very easy to go through. You can search for anything that you want, but you can actually go by team. By the time you see this tomorrow morning, every single game for the Buffalo Bills is going to be up and ready. Right now, we're going to build a package for this game of Tennessee coming into Buffalo. You click on build package. We're going to do 2 people coming up. So Jordan and one of his friends will be coming up. So we need tickets. We want a room near the stadium. We want to fly him up from Atlanta. So we're going to put that in and be able to bring him up. Yeah, it should be an easy place to get to from here. It moves pretty quickly here. And then when you come in, you will see the price packaged all together to be able to look for everything that you want, everything that's available, that you're going to be able to go through and do. We'll make it a little bit wider so we can get to the downtown area. And you'll see the price with everything included. This is with the ticket, with the flight, with the hotel, everything all together. You can go in, you can sort by price, you can look for the best deals. You can also sort by how nice the hotel is. I know when I came down, there was a couple areas that I really liked that you can get into the downtown area and be able to get some really nice stuff to be able to look at. I don't know if there's any places you recommend.
Yeah, I mean, I never stayed at a hotel in the Buffalo area because I live here, but I would say, that the Marriott at Elcom there, which is right downtown. Yeah. That's right near KeyBank Center. That's a nice area. This Residence Inn is sort of right across the street from that, I believe. By Marriott is right over there, and all that's a nice area, real walkable. You have the Southern Tier Brewing is right down there, a bunch of restaurants. So, because what I will say is, if you're coming to Buffalo, as anyone that knows, staying right by the stadium stuff, because there really isn't a ton going on outside of game day in Orchard Park, right? Like if you're doing something on that Saturday night that isn't hanging out in the RV lot, you're going to really be heading into downtown Buffalo or East Aurora or one of those areas, heading to Barville. So you're going to want to be close to something like that. But the city's nice because it's walkable. All the other spots, you're probably going to have to get in your car and really drive around. So if I was bringing somebody into town, I'd stay in the city. And the best part of Buffalo is if you're staying in the city, head into the game, it's really not a crazy commute to get back and forth.
So I know you and I like a discount, so I'm going to take this 23% off at the Hampton Inn.
I'm a big Hampton Inn suites.
I stay there a lot as I travel for business. I can't lie. I'm a Hilton family member.
This is a great location, too. Yeah. I'm thinking of the right one. This is right downtown, right by the Delaware North building, which is a beautiful new building. You're right there. Chippewa's right there, which they've really changed some of that.
It's gotten a lot nicer lately.
Yeah, the clubby. It's more. There's a lot of restaurants in this area. It's easily walkable. New Era's right up the road from you here. You can go grab a Bill's hat. So this is a great location.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And you obviously like booking anything. You get to see all the amenities of the hotel, everything that's there. You can pick here, being able to have a couple different beds. So here we'll do for Jordan and his friend. We'll do 2 queen beds. You can come in here, be able to pick your flight. You can change, if you want to do different areas. This is already a nonstop. This is the best price of the one that we have. So obviously we don't want to add, connections of everything that's there.
Right.
Yeah, but you can, if you need to pick a different time, you can sort by time, anything that you normally would do on these, but we'll keep that direct flight. That looks great. Be able to do the same thing coming back, but hey, here's a direct flight that costs a little bit more, or you can have the connection for the cheaper one. So if you want to splurge for a little bit and be able to do that, I'd pay $88 not to have to connect.
I think you should treat your cousin.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
Not my money.
Now the fun part. Now you get to come in, be able to pick out your seats, everything that you want of what's there, to be able to figure out where you sit. I know the last time he came, he actually sat with Drew Gear from the Rock Power Report and really liked the end zone seats that were here. I thought that was a really good setup. To be able to come in, you're able to see, get a really good view. It shows you. I love it when it has the picture here, and you can see what the view is going to look like from where you're sitting. So you're able to check that out. I think that's a really cool way to be able to go through, and you can look and see where the different areas might be, where you're going to be sitting, what the different options are in the different places. So just a cool way to be able to take a look at it. You can go in, check out what you built, and boom, you have your package ready. Everything is there. You're able to get it set up and booked easily in the way that they do it. And again, you can go in and be able to structure everything that you need. You can figure out the areas you want to splurge on. You can figure out the areas that you want to be able to save a little bit of money or save a couple bucks, and be able to get everything taken care of. That easy. And I'm going to stop sharing right before I put in my credit card information.
Oh, come on. I was hoping to get you there. And the nice thing about this site, too, is you can go and get the whole package, but say you've got a buddy that you can stay with. You can not even do the hotel room and just a la carte, get your flight and get the tickets, which is really nice because I know a lot of Bill's Mafia, right? They connect with each other. They're grabbing Airbnbs or whatever together, but they're still going to need the tickets and flights. So you can do it how you want.
Need it. I'll need it for that Browns game when I come up. I'm not gonna need a flight because I can drive up, but I'm gonna want somewhere to stay and I'm gonna want tickets to the game. So I'm gonna do the combination with the hotel and the tickets to be able to go that way.
You can always move my wife to the couch and you and I can go head to toe.
We'll figure it out. Be able to balance it. So it's really easy. And the guys over at BookSeats.com have been great to us. You'll be able to find some of the best prices that are available, some of the best options, flexibility, all the different things you're looking for. But they've been great partners to us, and we hope you guys support them as well. Going to be able to check this out. We're going to be talking about them through the rest of the stretch here. Next week's show, we're going to have all kinds of breakdown of the schedule and some of the analysis with the rest differential, all the different pieces that we'll get from analysis. Our guys over at Sharp Football and Warren Sharp, they do a great job with that to see some of the advantages and disadvantages. But any final thoughts on the site with BookSeats.com or the first thoughts on the schedule?
Yeah, no, I'm excited to start digging into this schedule a little bit. Unfortunately for me, all this talk about getting ready to travel for some of these, that Bears game being on Christmas Eve is a no-go for me. So I don't think I'm actually going to be traveling away to anyone's, but I'm hoping some of our friends on Twitter and some of the fans of the show are going to be coming to the area. And if you do, hit your boy up. If I'm around, I'd love to get together with you. But hopefully when you're doing it, you're using BookSeats because they're helping out your show, and we want to see them get the business from the Bills Mafia here and getting you guys all to Buffalo to experience it. And for those of you, what I will say, for those of you that haven't had a chance to get up here, I know a lot of fans travel regularly and you're doing this all the time. If you haven't had a chance to get to Buffalo, the clock's ticking. They're building a new stadium. You better get up here while they still have the stadium up there because the experience is going to change. And so if you don't get into this window, and what better year? I mean, we were just talking about the Bills possibly going undefeated, right? That's how excited I'm feeling about this season. What better time to come up here to Buffalo and catch a game? So that's what I'm most excited about, is everybody's excitement to get out to see the Bills and see this team and be part of this historic season. So thanks to BookSeats for getting some Bills fans up here.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Make sure to check them out. Help support them. Watch all the stuff we have going on Cover One and across our network. It's going to be a great time to be able to get everything set up there. Make sure you're checking all the shows that we have coming up. But thank you to our guys at BookSeats.com. Make sure to help them out. On behalf of Aaron Quinn, I'm Greg Thompson. You've been listening to Cover One Buffalo, and we are out.